Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about what two-factor authentication is and the different type of two-factor there is out there. Now, if you aren't currently using 2FA, you're not doing enough to secure your site. Now, don't be embarrassed if you find yourself asking, what is two-factor authentication? You are not alone. Not knowing what two-factor authentication is puts you in a large group of WordPress users. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you're going to be a 2FA expert. So what is 2FA? Two-factor authentication is a process of verifying a person's identity by requiring two methods of verification. There are three main categories of two-factor authentication. The first being something you know. Have you ever had to answer a set of security questions while setting up an online account? You know the ones, what's your favorite teacher? Where did you grow up? What's your childhood best friend's name? What's your mother's maiden name? Now these security questions are a form of two-factor authentication. You have to know something to verify your identity. Now the second type is something you have. This category is going to require you to have something physically in your possession, like your phone or a YubiKey to prove your identity. Now the third category is going to be something you are. Biometric authentication requires a unique biological characteristic to authenticate your login. If your phone has a fingerprint scanner or Face ID, you're using biometric authentication every time you unlock your phone. So why should you use two-factor authentication? According to the Verizon Data Breach Investigations Report, over 70% of employees reuse their passwords at work. But the most important stat from this report is that 81% of hacking-related breaches leverage either a stolen or weak password. 91% of people know reusing passwords is poor practice, but 59% still reuse their passwords everywhere. We're hardwired to take the path of least resistance. We haven't even got to the seemingly endless reports of database dump that include username and password. Troy Hunt, who is the creator of the Have I Been Pwned API, the API which is included in iThemes Security Pro, checks to see if your credentials have been part of a data breach. Troy Hunt reported on his blog about the collection number 1 data breach. It contained a staggering 1,160,253,228 unique combinations of email addresses and passwords. That is billion with a B. So you're probably wondering, why are we talking so much about passwords in a video about two-factor authentication? Do you remember how 59% of people reuse their passwords everywhere? And when you use iThemes Security Pro, you can and you should force people that can make changes on your site to use two-factor authentication. When everyone is using 2FA, the site can still be protected even if someone is using a compromised password. By forcing people to use two-factor authentication, you are protecting them from becoming a security vulnerability on your site. iThemes Security Pro has 3 different methods of 2FA. Now the first is the mobile app. The mobile app option will deliver a time-based one-time password or a TOTP 2FA code using a mobile app. The 2 most popular authentication apps are probably Authy or Google Authenticator. I'll be including a link in the description to a video with instructions on how to use Authy and iThemes Security Pro to lock down your site. Now the second method is the email method. With the email method, you'll be supplied a code via an email notification. You'll just copy and paste this code into your login form and that'll get you logged right in. Now the backup codes are supplied in a list of codes for you to download. Each code will expire after a single use. That is why you should only use backup codes when the primary method of 2FA fails. Alright, I want to thank everyone for stopping by and checking out this video. I'm going to include a link down in the description to a blog post I wrote over the same topic. Now the blog post is going to go into much more detail about what two-factor is, the 3 different categories of two-factor, and the different methods of two-factor authentication out there. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we're going to be coming out with a lot more videos that are going to cover all things WordPress. Hey, have a great day.